everyone, I'm Buddyfighter, and this is a video on the Demon Dragons, which is the new Darker Dragon World archetype revealed in the new set War of Dragods. So my first game is going to be against Legend Dragons, which are another new deck. This is a trial deck, though, I believe, based on the buddies of the legendary Ice Deity ones, not the other ones. But all things considered, it's not that bad. So the way Demon Dragons work is that you want to get down to 1 life so that most of your cards will be optimal. So pretty much you kind of just search through your deck on your turn and kind of just wait until you get down to that 1 life. But of course you have to be careful because some decks are super aggressive, so you kind of have to be really careful about how you maintain your life count. But in this instance, I kind of just open with the item so I can't get burnt out, and I can kill Gauge, which is always useful. So, but because of the monster that he has, he can continually discard cards, which is always annoying. But what are you gonna do? It destroys monsters. But thankfully, Belial can't be destroyed by card effects. So when that time comes, I won't be screwed over by that. So he's gonna just go on with his turn. I'm going to activate Evil Moon Investigation to drop my life down to 1. I will not take damage more than 4. So in order for him to use damage, he has Link Attack. So he's going to just do double buddy call and try to attack, but I'm going to use Diablo's Disposal, which is normally supposed to be used to Gauge kill, but here I'm going to just destroy his monster, so he can't do damage to me this turn, so he's forced to end this turn. But now I have 1 life, meaning that all my cards are just all go off the wall. So I'm going to start with the Chaos Dialberg, get the Diablo Soul, which lets me get 3 cards now that I have under 6 life. Going to set the set spell just in case because I need more Gauge. And yeah, I'm just going to go pop off right now. My opponent's going to know that, yeah, I just pop off. Lupus lets me Gauge 2 and draw 2 now that I have under 6 life, and I can put it into the soul, but I would anyway, but he destroys it with his monster, so that sucks. I'm going to call Envy. He's going to do it again, because it's not a once per turn skill, which I think is gross, but whatever. The card he discarded lets him destroy cards, so I'm just going to enter my attack phase. He's going to nullify the attack, but because he doesn't have a Dragon on his field, he can't loop the card, and my item skill, because I have 1 life, forces him to discard a card. I was supposed to draw a card. I did forget that. That is my fault. But he scoops it out, so it doesn't really matter. Next game is against Dimension Dragons, I mean. And this deck actually does help against that because since most of your cards are Gauge killers, and obviously you can't pull loss if you have no Gauge, and Dimension Dragons by themselves can't kill you. So I'm just going to just kill his Gauge. I don't know if he had Lost World in his hand, but he obviously didn't have the impact, so kind of works out for me. So he's going to go over with the usual Agonia, blah, 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 that kind of crap. Honestly, I really do like that there is just a deck that counters Dimension Dragons at this point, because I'm really tired of seeing this deck. But anyway, since Dimension Dragons by themselves are not very aggressive prior to Lost World, he's just going to attack me a bunch. I'm going to get to under 6 life, which means that most of my cards will be active. Hooray! So with that, I'm going to use Diablo Soul on the item since it just destroys the Demon Dragon on your field. I'm going to Gauge 2 and draw 3 now, but I draw into more copies of Diablo's Disposal, which against Lost World is mostly good, but right now it sucks because I need to call monsters. So I don't really have much options for calling monsters because I do want to use Diablo's Disposal at some point or have enough Gauge to use Negative Survive, so I really can't spend Gauge to call monsters, so I'm just going to double attack with my item and kill his Gauge. He can't go into Lost World, so kind of good for me. So he's going to attack me again, try to finish me off, but I'm going to use Negative Survive, so I will have now 1 life, which means that now most of my spells are free, including Diablo's Disposal, so I no longer have to worry about paying its cost. So I'm going to use Semia to get another Belial, use another Diablo Soul to Gauge 2, draw 3, Lupus for Gauge 2, draw 2, now that I have 1 life. And kind of just go off from there. Belial goes into as Lupus to the soul, and I'm going to call Envy. At this point, my opponent is screwed. There's nothing you can really do. I'm going to just attempt to start the attack phase. He's going to activate Draco Trap. So technically, my item never attacks, even though I rested it. Kind of how it is. So I'm going to attack once with Belial. He's going to redirect the attack after. I swear I misplayed. I swear. I'm going to enter double attack, but he's going to try to end my attack phase. But because he used Draco Trap, my item never attacked. So he can't end my attack phase, and that's it. He's going to scoop it up after that, and that's a good game, I guess. I mean, I had Diablo's Disposal regardless, so he wasn't going to go into Lost World anyway. Last game is going to be against Heroes, not Levantine Heroes, just Heroes by themselves, since they did get new support in the recent set. So admittedly, I don't open the greatest hand, but I do get to, obviously go for the item, and I do have a Lupus. so I get to gauge 2 and draw 1. I should have used time sale first, honestly, but because if I use time sale, I would have gotten 6 life, means I would have gauged 2 and drew 2. But that is my fault. I will admit I did misplay. So that I'm just going to end my turn, since I'm not like too overly concerned. I do have negative survive, so I will definitely live through my opponent's next turn, meaning I can just go off from there. So yeah, so my opponent is going to do the usual stuff with heroes. It's going to Merlin. I don't want him to use his ability, so I'm going to try to kill his gauge, but I forget that his set spell exists. So he can drop 1 card and get a gauge, so which means he can now use Merlin's ability, which kind of sucks for me, but he still does have no gauge, so he can't really call any cards from his hand. I'm just afraid of the new fairy card that supports heroes. I don't remember what it's called, but it is a new one. So yeah, he's going to add 2 unformed blade walls, which is a problem for me because of the way the card works. Since you can reduce damage to 0, obviously I can't use the impact to smack him for a ton of damage, because he can just reduce it to 0. So he's going to attack with his new sword, and he's going to attack me twice. I'm going to, after the second attack, I'm going to activate the revival spell. It'll get 10,000 extra defense, so his monster can't kill it. Any card that he uses couldn't kill it anyway. So I'm going to just have 2 Lupuses out now, gauge 2 and draw 2. Hooray! Gauge 3 for Belial. I do drop the overturn Daredevil, which is always good just in case I don't make it. Gauge 2, draw 3 with the Diablo Soul, and just go into Envy. And at this point, I'm feeling pretty secure. His item does have an ability that if you pay a life, you can nullify attacks when attacking alone, which realistically means I should have just done a link attack, but I never think things through. So I'm just going to attack him multiple times. The item is going to, nullify my attack, but I still force him to discard 1, and I draw 1 thanks to my item skill. He has no gauge, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to attack again, he discards a card, and I'm just going to keep attacking him single times, and obviously Blade Wall is going to prevent me from using my impact, but I do have the revival spell, which is a counter speed, and I don't have to pay costs for its activation. So yeah, I'm just going to attack again, and he scoops it up, and that's a GG. So overall, I actually enjoy Demon Dragons. They're a fun deck to play, and it's a very aggressive deck that does have control elements, and that's actually a really good thing, especially since the format now is super aggressive. You kind of want to make sure you have your aggressive version of your deck too. So I do like this direction for Dark Track World. Honestly, I'm glad it's just not Black Dragon clones, so I'm super happy with this. So I'm Everyday Buddy Fighter, and I will see you later.